Thanks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ATI's Lunch Break. I'm Sam Arce, also known as Broadway Sam, and I am here with our special guest, board member Kathy Guider, and we are here to talk about today all things ATI, our gala. But I first want to kind of share with you, Kathy, and Kathy, you have had an interesting career, so I want you to, we were just kind of reminiscing about your past because you have a really, really interesting background. So you are like the original Clarice Starling. You are with the FBI originally. That's you started. Well, actually, you started your career as a police officer, right?
Right. I started as a police officer in Lexington, Kentucky. I did about 9.5 years with the police department. I was at a career fair recruiting for the police department.
And they came after you?
And the FBI was at the table next to us.
They knew.
And I started talking to the FBI, and it was like one thing led to another, and I started the application process. Wouldn't you know, I did 23 years with the FBI.
What did you specialize in the FBI?
Mostly white-collar crime, insurance fraud, healthcare fraud, things of that nature. But I was also on the drug squad. I worked surveillance full-time for about 4 years. When I left, I did private sector coordinator, and I went out and I talked to businesses about how to keep their intellectual property safe, theft of trade secrets, things of that nature.
So you actually retired from the FBI and then went on your own, used all that career time from being a police officer to your FBI, and now you've turned that into a business, didn't you?
I have. Myself and another retired FBI agent, Doug Coons, we retired in 2018, and we opened our own company, Veracity IIR,
Right.
and we are a private investigation security consulting company. We started with the two of us, and we now have about 14.
14, wow.
And I like to say we're the retirement home for FBI agents. When they retire, they want to do something,
Absolutely.
but they don't want to work full time.
No, that's a lot of knowledge to kind of
Right.
give up. And I imagine you'd go stir crazy with all that because you're too young. I mean, you get into this so young because you were a police officer very young.
Yes.
And then to retire young, there's always something to do.
Right, there's something to do, and so we've got some folks that want to work 25, 30 hours a
Yeah.
week, and we've got others that just want 5 to 10 hours. Somebody that I would just want to serve papers. If there's a subpoena to be served or a summons,
Because you're still collecting a pension, but they still have
Right.
an opportunity
right.
to make
They
a
still
little
get
money.
out of the house.
Yeah.
They still get to use some of their skills, you know.
Better than being an Uber driver or DoorDash, right?
Right.
Using their skills.
Using their skills, we do on occasion surveillance, and it's not as easy as it looks a lot of times. And so, still using their surveillance skills and knowledge how to track somebody down.
Well, you brought those skills, and I mean, again, that passion and your details to our board because you're a board member of ATI, and we actually came on about the same time, pre-COVID, and when Jim Riley was the executive director, and Meg, and our marketing director, and we were kind of recruited, same thing, and because of our passion for theater, different backgrounds, but both love theater, and we've gotten involved in this. So we've both been involved with this a while. So today we're going to talk about our gala that's coming up, and it's our first annual ATI gala, which is completely sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold out.
Sold out, which is such an awesome thing the first time, and to sell the whole thing out. I mean, weeks before it even it happens.
And we're doing it at the Hotel Carmichael. And I have to tell you, we're doing it in the Grand Ballroom. I absolutely love that place. For me, it is just I have an affinity for it because it's where I had my daughter's wedding reception during, as COVID was kind of winding down. And it's such a beautiful venue. So I'm really excited we're doing it there.
So classy. It's just a lovely setting for this first gala.
Well, I have to say, I give it up to you and the community and for Meg and everybody involved to putting this together because it was a monumental task to do that.
It been months in the making.
Yes,
months, if
it
not
has.
a year or more.
Well, and tell everybody why we do a gala. Why are we doing this?
This is our biggest fundraiser of the year for Actors Theater of Indiana, which is a nonprofit.
Absolutely.
Which is Broadway in your backyard.
Right.
And to put on the level of plays that we put on, the sophistication, the actors, the everything that goes into it, it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of money.
Absolutely.
You know this.
I say this every week. I say Broadway in your backyard, so you've echoed it, you've heard it from Kathy, and it's a financial in order for us to do this, it takes a village.
Exactly. And that village is very large in the Carmel community, Carmel area. Mm-hmm. And so this is one of the ways that we continue to put on the professional equity plays and musicals that we have here in Carmel, that people can come out and see, within a 15, 20-mile radius. I mean, larger, but
Sure.
It makes it so convenient for those in Carmel.
Sure.
You don't have to make that drive downtown or that drive to Chicago or where else you might go. It's here.
Sure.
It's in our own little community.
And what's nice is that people are discovering what we have right here at the Center for Performing Arts and at the Studio Theater. And we're going to talk about our next show, but we just wrapped up 9 to 5. We had a great run. We have an amazing season coming up for next year. But in order for us to do these shows, the quality shows, as you said, we are an equity theater, which is a professional, it's a professional company. All the actors that we have are professional actors. This is how they make their living for the most part. And so for us to come alongside to support them, it takes people like Kathy, me, and all the people that come around. And it's not just people from Carmel, Fishers, Noblesville, and the surrounding areas, the metro area, people from Indy. That's why our reach is really coming out. So this gala is our way of having people see all that we're doing. So tell us some of the things that we're doing at the gala, because it's going to be an event.
Yes.
And so to bring this together, it's going to be an evening of fun, food, entertainment. I know Judy, our artistic director, and our associate director, Darren, have put together entertainment. And then there's going to be all kinds of really cool items. So tell us about that.
I would say I'm excited to tell you about all the good things. I mean, when we talk about live auction and silent auctions and all the good things out there, you will just not believe it. I brought a few things I want to show. We have lots of baskets. I hope that's not too loud. But one of our partners in an upcoming show, the Titanic,
That's right.
June 20th and 21st at the Palladium.
That's right.
Get your tickets now.
We're going to talk about that.
They are one of our partners in that show, and they have donated this lovely basket.
That's the Carmel Symphony Orchestra, right?
Right, Carmel Symphony Orchestra. Some of the members will be a part of the Titanic, providing the music. And we have a lovely blanket and a bottle of champagne. So this is
And
one
some candy.
candy.
Oh.
Yes. This is one of the many baskets. But we are very fortunate that they are partnering with us. Can you set that?
Yeah, absolutely.
For Titanic. So that is just one of the baskets. Another basket that I want to tell you about is just love my coffee mug. It's a basket with from my Just Love My Coffee. I might be messing that up, and I'm so sorry. But part of their basket is a tumbler. And if you take that tumbler in, you get $1 house coffee, $1 ice brew coffee for the next year.
So if you're a coffee lover, that's the one.
That's the basket to bid on. You want to go for that one. Brown Hound Studios is giving 2 one-hour ceramic lessons. If you've always wanted to learn how to make ceramic pieces and do clay and all that fun stuff, there's your opportunity.
I had the pleasure last week to go to Brown Hound Studios and visit with Scott Osborne. Let me tell you something. That place is so incredible. First off, Scott is an amazing artist.
Yes.
But he's so passionate about what he does, and he has set up an environment for creating. So that is a really, really neat item to be on auction. I go to so many things over the years, and I've seen and have bid on some really neat things, but I really have to say, looking at the list of things, there's items for everybody.
Everybody. We have a basketball signed by Gene Cady.
Oh,
25 years Purdue basketball coach.
that's
a
right.
legend in
That's
Indiana.
absolute legend.
So if you're thinking, oh, what am I gonna, bid on? What's there for me? Sports fans, that is there for you.
But isn't there an IU football?
But wait a minute, I was gonna say, but there's
There's
more.
an IU. There's
If
more.
you're an IU fan,
Yeah, because I had to say that. My daughter went to IU.
there is a football signed by Kurt Signetti.
That's right.
And not only did he become the 30th head football coach at IU, but his first season blew it out of the water. What was it, 10-0?
Right.
Going into the playoffs and things of that nature. I mean, he came in and just, wow, what a season. So there is a football. There's not a lot of those out there yet, right?
And you know what's neat is that these things were hand signed.
Hand-signed.
In fact, I know Meg and Brad went down personally, took that football. It was arranged. I know John Murphy had something to do with that. And they went down, had a special day, and to get that signed. That's a neat provenance when you have something that is hand signed personally that way. Very, very cool.
Yes, yes. Now, for women, let me tell you what.
Ladies,
Uplift Intimate Apparel, a very small boutique, Carmel-based store owned by Carla Mackey. And not only do they have intimate apparel, but they have shapewear, they have swimsuits, they have nighty apparel, all that kind of stuff. So treat yourself, go visit with Carla, get this basket, and then visit with Carla and, take care of the girls, as I like to say.
well, I'm going to say this. Abigail Storm, who starred in 9 to 5,
Yes.
she had the ladies all done. Everything was done there. All her, I guess, intimate wear was done for the show by that shop.
By Intimate.
Yeah, that's right. And so they actually sponsored that show. So shout out to them
Yes.
for not only what they do for you ladies, but for the arts. And Abigail, I interviewed her a few weeks ago, while we were doing the show, and she couldn't say enough about them because, again, I'm a man, so I don't know, but she just couldn't say enough, and she actually was on her social media and said so many great things. So local, right here,
Yep.
go visit.
There's a basket for that. Another great Carmel boutique is Bash Boutique. They are premier boutique women's apparel and accessories and jewelry. They're located in Carmel and Noblesville. Great place if you're looking for an outfit out to go to a play or to go to one of the many restaurants around the Palladium in Carmel and elsewhere. They have a gift basket. So there's so many good things. And then, because I love yarn, the yarn market. It is a yarn boutique, let's call it. And it is in the Villages of West Clay, and she has a basket. So if you are a crafty person, if you crochet or if you knit, this is the basket for you. So you will find me bidding on that one. I
Wow.
promise you that. Another
Maybe a bidding war.
It could be. But another local-based company that is also supporting the arts by supporting us.
Oh, that's great.
And I also want to mention we have, and I hope I pronounce this right, a Flederman von Riest handmade watch. German-inspired, Indiana-crafted. So if you have a man in your life, and I guess maybe they're women, but for some reason I'm thinking men here, who is a watch person.
Yes.
And I knew a lot of men in the FBI, for some reason, they were
They
watch
love
people.
watches, yes.
And this would be the perfect gift. Father's Day is coming up, right?
Just a few weeks away.
weeks after our gala. Bid on this. I mean, what a unique probably one of a kind, I'm guessing,
Right.
watch to have made that you can bid on, support ATI, but also support your loved one.
Well, isn't that neat that we're having, we have so many one-of-a-kind items here. And, one of the things that I thought that was really interesting that we have is, and I mean, if you think about it, is our mystery dinner at your home. There's going to be an auction item where we're going to have an opportunity for people to bid, where you can have your own actual mystery dinner. You're going to have actors coming to your home, where you can have your own catered dinner at home, where we'll supply the actors, and it's going to be a mystery dinner at your home, kind of a little whodunit. Imagine having some of your best friends, people that you want to have, and having this opportunity where you have not only Broadway in your backyard, Broadway in your dining room.
In your dining room.
With real professional actors. And you're being involved. You're actually part of it. This is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's something we're bringing. When we were talking about this in our artistic committee and we brought it as an opportunity, we thought this would be a wonderful thing. So that's going to be an auction item, and I think that's going to do really
You
well.
supply the dinner and the wine, we supply the actors
That's
and the
right.
entertainment.
That's right, and that's going to be incredible entertainment. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for you.
And speaking of wine,
Yes.
at our gala, we are going to have a wine pool. So if you like wine, this is a great opportunity to make a donation, and then you get to pick a bottle of wine. And we have, I would say, at least 3 to 4 dozen bottles of wine.
Plethora of all different
Yes.
kinds of wine.
Yes.
And there's a wine for everybody. White, bottle of red, bottle of white, whatever kind of mood you're in tonight. Sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy. I have a little something going on. But that's my little ode to Billy Joel. Hey, grew up in the same hometown, love him, and prayers for him right now.
So wine. Now, let's say you're not a wine person.
There's
Hard
always...
to believe, but you might be a bourbon person.
Oh,
And we have a bourbon pool. So if bourbon is your thing, come on out. You're going to have to wait for next year since we're sold out this year. But the opportunity...
you grew up in bourbon country.
I grew up in Kentucky. I started on bourbon at a very young age.
Did you?
Probably should not reveal that age.
But
Might
it's
get myself
okay.
in trouble, right? Statute of
Limitations,
limitations
right.
is expired. Yes, I grew up near the Bourbon Trail, and there will be a bourbon pool. And once again, there is a plethora of bourbons, a wide range that you might have the opportunity to get a bourbon.
So there's a bourbon for everyone, there's a wine for everyone. Okay.
Yes.
So there's something for everyone there. There is also a Hotel Carmichael overnight and Feinstein tickets. I mean, I can't imagine somebody not wanting to bid for that.
Oh, right.
I mean,
that's an anniversary. That's a birthday.
Right.
That is any kind of special occasion. Get away from the kids' night.
Yes.
To go there, to stay the night in that opulence, and to go see a show at Feinstein's. I mean, that to me is wonderful. I might even bid on that one now that I think about that.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of thinking myself, yes.
So that would be
And for the
awesome.
kids, there's a jump and play inflatables. I mean, there's just so many neat things.
For the pet lovers, we have a watercolor pet portrait by Becky Wanick. I hope I said that right. From the Central Indiana Canine Association. And I saw some of her work, and they are beautiful. And the way the eyes, like these dogs and these pictures, the eyes just like jumped out at me. I mean, to get a picture of your pet memorialized and put on your wall, for the pet lovers, we've got you covered.
Well, it sounds to me like we've got something for everyone. In fact, I went in, I know there's artwork that we have.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
And we're going to talk about one special piece. And me being, involved in theater and Broadway and Broadway in the West End, I actually went into my Broadway vault because I have quite the theater collection. And I went in and pulled some of my signed memorabilia, and it's going to be available for the auction.
Come on. Brag. Go ahead, brag.
Well,
Tell them
they're all
some of the signed playbills
they're
that
all
Sam
signed.
has.
I actually have 3 waitress playbills. Now, they're all different. There's one signed by Sarah Bareilles in the cast. Sarah actually wrote it. The original cast of Waitress with Jesse Mueller, and the one with Catherine McPhee. There's all 3. I have another one where I've got Harry Potter, School of Rock, Aladdin, all signed. Hadestown with the original. The Pretty Woman one. Network with Bryan Cranston and the original cast. All of these were signed with me being there. In
And
fact,
what about some of the, I think the biggies? Wicked?
Wicked, yes, I
Oh
have.
my gosh, she has a playbill signed
by Wicked.
Wicked.
Ladies of Wicked. Shows Frozen, right? And here's one for you Sex and the City lovers. I have an original How to Succeed in Business signed by Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick. They're married, and they've been married for a long time, but this was signed before they were married. I actually met them many times, but they weren't married at this time, and I leaned into Matthew and I said, "Hey, Matthew, when are you going to marry this beautiful lady?" And she's so sweet and humble, and she snickered and laughed. But I'm giving this up for the auction, so I've got that. Kerry Washington from a show I did, American Son, Carousel, like I said, Bryan Cranston Network, just many things there for those Broadway lovers. But there is one art piece that I really want to point out, and it was just unveiled last night on social media. Tell us a little bit about it.
It is by Carmel artist Randy Sorrell.
Oh, Randy.
I mean, not only is he a nice guy,
He's the GOAT.
but he is super talented. I mean, unbelievable. He did a painting, right?
Right.
Just for ATI, just for us, for this event. It is spectacular. Like I said, it was released last night onto social media.
Did you know what happened? So what he did was he was inspired. Actually, the way I understand it is, and Meg and I talked about this, and this was really neat. So he decided he was going to make this painting special for ATI, and he was inspired by our past shows. And if you look at the painting, there are pieces and snippets of past shows that ATI did, from Chicago to all the different, if you look at it, and that's the neat thing. I was looking at it last night, and I was so intrigued. He is the greatest of all time in Carmel, an artist, and this piece, if you were actually commissioned him to make it, would be close to $4,000 to $5,000.
Easily.
And this is going to be available. So if you're an art lover, theater lover, this would just be a magnificent piece to have added to your collection.
Oh, yeah. And to be able to bid on it. I mean,
Yes.
like I said, it's a one and only
It's a one.
piece.
That's right. He did it specifically for us. So thank you, Randy, for doing that. Randy's going to be at our gala. We're going to have so many surprise people. We have guests there that are going to be there.
I have some of Randy's artwork, and I have to say I love them.
Wasn't it about bourbon?
Once again, that bourbon thing comes back.
You mentioned that.
It has a map in the background of Kentucky and Tennessee, and being that I'm from Kentucky and that I love bourbon, I absolutely love it. I get so many compliments on it. Whenever family come, they notice the Kentucky, the blue, things of that nature. So, I mean, I'm like trying not to bid on this newest art piece because I've already got Randy. I want to share Randy's artwork with other people. But what he did for our gala is just spectacular. Like I said, tying in the plays that we've done, putting in Actors Theater on a building. I mean, it's incredible.
Kathy, I want to ask you, and I appreciate everything that you're doing, but I'd also like for you to give a shout out for some of the other people on the committee that have done it, because there was Leah. Tell us some.
Leah Mosley has been wonderful. She has been our go-to for everything Hotel Carmichael. Deborah Newman.
Absolutely.
She has been wonderful. She's making a little something surprises for all our attendees.
I saw that. I just saw a picture. I won't say what it was, but boy,
Yes.
she's so diligent. And she
Yes.
just had a birthday last week. So again, happy belated birthday. I sang her happy birthday.
Meg Osborne, Meg and Associates have done so much. And then Julie Eckert has been, out there working as well. It's just like you said, you can't do this one person.
Nope.
We've been working on this over a year. We've had our committee. I also have to give a shout out to Giselle for these lovely centerpieces that we will have after the gala is over. We will be, I think, selling these, auctioning, selling them. They will be yours to take home if you love these colors, because also some colors that match with Titanic.
Yes.
English ivy, going to our nod to the Titanic and things of that nature. These will be at the gala, and that was just another lovely that we have. But so many people behind the scenes, and I'm trying to think. I'm forgetting.
Well,
names.
I know. When it's Meg and Associates, it's Brad, her team. Meg has such a huge team of people that are behind her and that really make the difference. And
we also have to mention some of our sponsors
Yes.
for the show. And one of them that I have at the top of the list is Jill Zaniker.
absolutely.
If you are in Carmel, you probably know Jill Zaniker.
Absolutely.
She is a shaker and a mover in Carmel. She is a huge supporter of the arts. She's a prior board member.
Absolutely. And president, past president.
And she has been on other boards of other arts and things in Carmel. She is one of our sponsors for the gala.
Well, you know what? She is the go-to, and what I love about Jill is she gives from her heart.
Yes.
She's always there, and whenever you ask Jill to be part of something, she's there. So she does that. She brings her friends. She sponsored a table. So
Yes.
thanks, Jill, for everything you do for ATI. The other thing, she also sponsors actors and
Yes.
actors. She had, I believe, Abigail
Abigail in
stayed,
her home.
stayed at her home.
Yes, she has had other actors and folks in her home, because a lot of times the actors that come in to do our plays and musicals
Yes.
stay in people's homes, and we so much appreciate their support for that.
We have a army of people
Yes.
like that, from the Gokis,
I would say Linda Goki,
Meredith,
McVicker.
McVicker.
Yes.
I mean, it's really a difference. The current in Carmel,
Yes.
they really always step up for us. So they're our sponsors. Who are some of our other sponsors?
PEDCOR is a great sponsor of ATI, and we're very appreciative. The City of Carmel. Where would we be without the City of Carmel, right?
Well, thank you, City of Carmel. We really appreciate, because without the support of the city, we wouldn't exist. So, like I said, it takes a village to make this happen.
It does.
Yeah, United Fidelity Bank.
Yes, a big supporter, and we thank you, United Fidelity Bank. The Hamilton County Reporter.
They're going to be there. They're going to actually be at our gala. And Solaris 94.
Alan Whitehall Clues.
Yes, and what we really appreciate, and again, we're doing this gala. It's part of our fundraising, because that's what helps put on these shows. And that's what we're going to talk about next.
I was just going to say, let's talk about
our
upcoming.
next big show. So if you wouldn't mind holding this up, this is our next big show, Titanic. So you heard Kathy mention it, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper dive into it. Titanic. So Titanic, which is going to be 2 nights only, June 20th, 21st, 2025 at the Palladium, which is also known as the Allied Solutions Center for the Performing Arts. So if you don't know this, Titanic was a winner. I actually saw it on Broadway of 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, Best Score, and Best Book. It's a stunning musical. It was written by Maury Yeston and Peter Stone, and it follows the story of the unsinkable RMS Titanic and the ill-fated passengers. And it's from the poorest immigrants looking for a new life in America to the elite members of upper-class society, such as the Guggenheims, the Astors, the Strauss. This epic production, with its soaring scores, captures the comments of the triumph, tragedy, and the heartbreaking intimacy aboard the Ship of Dreams. Like I said, it's 2 nights only, and this is a theatrical event you do not want to miss. Because as we said, we're going to have the Carmel Symphony Orchestra and the Indy Chorale. Now, to get tickets, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can call 317-843-3800 or atistage.org. This production was sponsored by the City of Carmel, United Fidelity Bank, Pedcor, The Current, again, Alan Whitehall, Clues, The Reporter, Hamilton County Board of Solera, and Jill Zaniker. We mentioned that, but I just want to give you a shout out because this production would not happen. And if you haven't seen an ATI production, you're missing out. It's Broadway in your backyard, but not only is it Broadway in your backyard, but you're seeing it in the big house, our Carnegie Hall. In fact, I dare to say, and I've been to Carnegie Hall many times, I think ours is even better.
With the members of the Carmel Symphony Orchestra
Right.
and the Indy Arts Chorale.
That's right.
They will be joining us for the music and singing.
If you want a little precursor, just keep watching our social media. We'll be constantly putting out more and more information, but get your tickets because this is going to be an event. And we really want to share everything that's going on at ATI. And although this is a sold out gala, we want you to know about it because next year, we've done it this year, we're sold out. We'll be even bigger and better next year.
Bigger and better.
That's right. We learned from this one, we'll be even bigger. And think about it. We ask for your support. We ask that you support the arts, whether it be our organization or the other organizations that are out there. ATI depends on you so that we can put on the best shows possible and give you so much entertainment value. In fact, what we provide you far outweighs the cost of a ticket. In fact, I have to tell you, for what you pay to go to see a show in New York and what it costs for the investment in an ATI show, you're getting so much more. And you're helping support the arts right here in your backyard. And it's a lot of fun.
Do we
Go
have
on.
time to tell them about our next year's?
Yes, absolutely. I know them by heart.
Okay.
So, next year, and you'll hear more about it next year, come fall, we're going to start our season with Beehive, which is a 60s musical,
Yes.
all women cast, dynamite cast that we're going to have. You're going to hear these women just sing and share some unbelievable Motown type music. It's just going to be great. Then our next show, which will coincide with Halloween, it's going to be Young Frankenstein. That's Mel Brooks. I've actually seen it. In fact, I didn't mention this, but I will. One of the playbills that I put in is the original cast-signed Broadway playbills of Young Frankenstein that I've took from my collection that is going to be in our auction commemorating because we're doing Young Frankenstein. And we're going to do that. And we're going to have all kinds of events, costumes.
I would say come in a costume when you
That's
come
right.
to that play.
Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun doing that. The next show that we'll do to start off 2026 is called Lucky Stiff. So Lucky Stiff is going to be a fun musical. It's going to be about this guy. He's kind of mobbed up, casino. He runs a casino. He dies. It's not nefarious. He's killed somehow by his girlfriend, probably accidental, won't tell you too much. And his dying wish is for his nephew, in order to inherit the money, his nephew has to take him on an adventure to Monte Carlo. But he's dead. So if you remember Weekend at Bernie's, so the Stiff literally goes on this adventure, and this whole musical is built around him. This was a fun musical, and I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm the stiff. I'm coming out of retirement from theater that I used to do, and I'll be in the show. And our last but not least is in the most incredible musical. In fact, it's on Broadway right now. It's Sunset Boulevard, and the Tonys will be in just a few weeks. It is up for a Tony for Best Musical Revival, and that is Sunset Boulevard. And we are doing it. We actually got it. So I'm so excited we're going to be doing that.
And
So
you have a signed playbill for that one.
I have a signed playbill, and I'm giving up one of my original Glenn Close signed playbill for that. So in homage to what we are doing here at ATI. So we are Broadway in your backyard. We bring you entertainment value, and we're just wanting you to enjoy the arts here in Carmel, right here in this beautiful community. So with that, thank you, Kathy, for sharing everything that we are doing. We look forward to you coming back in our next time and sharing. I mean, this is just a little bit, but if you saw our back room there, it is a treasure. There's just so much fun things going on at ATI. So I challenge you to come to see our shows and share in our community. Give back to your community. That's what we're doing. This is our give back. Like I said, she has already given her life in community service and her service to our nation, being a police officer and FBI agent, and now she's got her business, but now she's giving back to her community doing this, and that's what I do. This is our give back. And we're trying to raise a little money for our community theater so we can give you the best entertainment value. So thank you. We will see you next week. This is, again, Sam Arce, Broadway Sam for ATI's Lunch Break. And thank you, Kathy Guider. Any last
Sam.
words?
We hope to see you at a play or musical real soon.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and God bless you all.